First, let's look at this cover. The X-Men, dead or unconscious on the floor, a completely red and black cover. Anyone else getting Frank Miller DD vibes?
We haven't covered Daredevil or Frank Miller yet.
Plenty of time. So we start directly after the last issue. The X-Men, having stopped the Sentinel onslaught. Well, McWheels did with the help of Bolivar Trask. Come to think of it, the 5 X-Men really only got in the way. I don't blame them. With every issue bleeding to the next, they really need that vacation that keeps getting cancelled on them. Anyways, the X-Men are in the hospital, alive only thanks to their mutant genes. Iceman is unconscious and mumbling to himself. Beast has a broken leg or something but is healing super fast. And Angel, still as irrelevant as usual. Not caring his friends are in the hospital, he goes for a joy flight because the camera is still on him and he totally doesn't care about his friends. He heads back to the mansion and once inside is chased by a steel battle axe and lance from a steel suit of armor which we totally knew existed before now.
Oh my god, ghosts!
He dodges, he weaves and chases the voice of the one who threatens him, but being Angel succumbs to the ilk of his kind, a glass pane window. No, seriously, the bird dude flew into a glass pane. Okay, to be fair, it was dragged in front of him, but let me have this one, will you?
Oh, and that shadow in the corner looks kind of familiar.
Yeah, for something that was meant to be a mystery, it was obvious right off the bat. Back at the hospital, Cyclops is getting examined. No, just the normal examination.
I would totally play nurses and doctors with him so he could examine me all over.
Well, the doctor wants to examine his eyes, but Psyche is like, nope, my pupils, and points his finger at him menacingly. All this time, McWheels is hanging out inquiring about their health while totally going, oh, I'm totally not their mutant militia leader at all. I don't even know who they are. Sus. Among Us level sus. Psyche and McWheels return to the mansion, only to find that McWheels' mutant detector is going off. But oh no, remember how we took out some of the name tags because we thought we got rid of so many? We don't know who's attacking us.
Everybody panic.
Something attacks McWheels. Literally, I mean, it's like just something. Like, I have no idea what the hell this thing is, but it's obviously metallic and does brain zaps to McWheels. Psyche goes to help, but more glass panes stop him as the lights go out. In the dark, a mysterious stranger enters, knocking the bejesus out of him again and again.
Oh no, my future husband. Who wears purple gloves? I'm going to give them a piece of my mind.
Back at the hospital, because the X-Men totally don't know how to carpool, Beast and Jean escape further tests and are out the door. Once at the mansion, steel doors enclose them, separating the two. Jean turns to face this stranger and goes like, oh my god, it's totally you. Like we don't know who it is actually. Anyway, she collapses because sleeping gas, but we don't see it. The stranger, totally has to tell us what it is.
Well, it's gas. You can't see it. Stupid. And if you do, it's when you're asleep.
I honestly believe you're getting stupider. Now, anyways, back to the hospital.
Again?
Yes, again. Excuse me. Yes, again. Iceman is still in a coma.
Is that it?
Yeah, what a waste of a few panels. Anyways, back with our stranger, we find that he has plans to kill the X-Men.
That bastard.
I know, right? And how does he decide to do it? By putting them in a hot air balloon and floating them up to space. Okay, let's stop here. Like, seriously, all he has to do is cut their throats, break their necks, blow their heads up by building up the blood, and then kapow! Literally, this guy can stop the flow of their iron-containing blood with just a pure thought of his mind. But what does he choose? This isn't even the good sort of corny. This is just a bad decision on his part. Anyway, Angel's parents turn up to the mansion, and who should open the door? Magneto.
Magneto? Oh my god, I would never have guessed.
Idiot. If Iceman should fall. If Iceman should fall. If Iceman should fall, says the cover. No pressure whatsoever, Iceman. But yep, Our X-Men paid for a hot air balloon ride without him, and now it's up to Bobby Drake to save the day from the Terminator. No, wait, from Magneto. That's definitely Magneto, right? Of course, the eye symbolizes his magnetic attraction.
Oh, you. Shucks.
That wasn't meant for you. Anyways, Angel's parents show up to the X Mansion, so Magneto totally uses the mind control powers he does or does not have. I don't know, it's a little confusing canon wise, but sends them to bed without supper. Back at the hospital,
Oh my god, why are we always at the hospital?
the doctor pulls out this, which I am sure is standard issue once you finish your first medical degree. It's now where was this? A new laser-induced hypodermic. Right, but does it work? We don't know. Back at the hot air balloon, McWheels is awake, though Magneto's mental wave distorter is still attached. That was a strange thing that got him last issue, by the way, but it turns out McWheels can still read minds and projects his thoughts due to the counter ego which he possesses. Like, that's literally how he explains it. Counter ego.
Are they just making up words as they go along?
I feel like it's like, let's just put some words in random order and that's how it works. But that's what McWheels is doing. Stretching his mind-reading abilities to their limits. It's straining and it's hurting him. Further and further he searches, sending his thoughts out across the universe. And for some reason that blows up the device, so he's free to wake up the X-Men who are like really incredibly useless at this stage. Next is Bobby Drake. McWheels sends his thoughts out, waking him up in the hospital, while back at the mansion, Mags is trying to hack Cerebro so he can be the one to find New Mutants.
New Mutants would be a good name for a book.
Nah, lame. Anyways, Mags reflects back on, i.e. gives exposition on his escape from the Stranger's world. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and watch this somewhere. Anyway, the Stranger went out for a pack of cigarettes and Mag stole a spaceship, leaving Toad behind. Nuff said. But he's arrived back to Earth and is now growing an android mutant army in pods.
Wait,
Nope, I can't explain this one. How can androids be mutants? When did he learn to do this? Where did he get the pods? Where the hell did he find time after only just arriving back to Earth to make a freaking pod army? Yeah, probably got them off Amazon or something.
sounds more like a Temu thing.
Anyway, Mags is so caught up in his own fervour that he doesn't even hear Iceman waltz in and start trashing the place. Eventually, with all the ruckus, finds out. Mags is just about to get the best of him, but Cyclops shoots a hole in the air balloon and now the X-Men are storming the lab. They tussle, but by now Mags knows all their moves and fights them one by one. Angel swoops in and saves Iceman and the X-Men reposition for the attack, but McWheels is like, no, stop fighting. And they're like, what? McWheels points to the sky and says something like, Daddy's back from the store. Okay, not really, but it fits the narrative. The effort that hurt McWheels earlier was his attempt at reaching across space, searching for a being that exists far from the Earth, the Stranger. High in the sky, the Stranger's swirling lights can be seen swooping in from above. Mags panics and flees in his magnet car, and the X-Men are left wondering if the Stranger ever caught up with him. Anyways, the android mutant army begins to fade because Angel's parents wake up. Nope, I don't get that one either, and at this stage, I'm too afraid to ask. Look, it's issues like this that gives this era's comics a bad name. The premise of 17 I actually really like. An intruder in the house, slowly picking them off one by one, can be great for a suspense thriller type storyline, but it doesn't quite work here. And let's be honest, we all know Magneto like the back of our hand, so when we saw the purple glove in the back of his hands, we knew exactly who it was. But maybe back then he wasn't so famous that everyone went straight to that assumption, but the who is it question, which drives the other half of the storyline, is really let down by the obvious answer. The biggest downfall really though is him trying to kill the X-Men with a hot air balloon into space. So bad. So very, very bad. The only points this issue gets is allowing Angel to slam into a mirror or glass pane or whatever it was. I don't know if it was meant to be a bird analogy, but the irony still gave me a chuckle. The follow-up is also a little on the nose, and what's worse, once again, the core X-Men team don't freaking save the day. McWheels and the Stranger do. I mean, what the hell is there even a team for anyway? A return to normalcy. We find the X-Men training at the beginning of the issue. Man, I hope McWheels gave them some time off because they have been through the absolute ringer. I'm not even sure why they're training. I mean, all they do is A, get in the way, or B, at best, provide a distraction. But we skip to Hank McCoy walking in his civvies, and there's some jerk who's getting angry because a girl won't date him. Beast goes to protect her, and the guy, being said jerkface, tries to throw down. Beast retaliates, but the guy moves too fast, then bounces around much like Beast would with his ability. Bobby Drake goes in to save his friend, but Jerkman throws ice balls at him.
Wait, that's Iceman's power.
Yeah, right? So weird. Anyway, Jerkface jumps up a building and goes, hey, these guys must be the X-Men, and my powers must be because I am a mutant. But worse, he now knows who the two X-Men are. Also, his powers phase after not being around them for long enough. Anyways, Jerkface is at the mall being all jerky to our girl Jean and comes over with a small case of telekinesis.
So he coincidentally meets another X-Man on the same day.
Yes, I know, but here's the thing. He turns up at the X-Mansion the next day, saying he wants to be an X-Man.
Wow, maybe he isn't such a jerk after all.
Tigers and stripes, yeah. But he does get to meet all the X-Men, slowly collecting their powers as he does so in their presence, part of which includes Angel's wings.
Oh my, that would freak me out so much.
Anyways, they meet Jerkface in the training room and he's like, let's give these babies a crack. And of course they tussle and he absolutely wipes the floor with the X-Men despite having no experience with their powers. I mean, come on. Don't pilots have to study like physics or something to get the basics of how to fly? But having come out on top, Jerkface kidnaps Jean and flies off, but only so far because his wings start to shrink. Randomly, he takes her to a cave to tell a story, a special story of his past, one so special it's the same as every other comic book villain or hero. Parents were scientists. Check. Parents ignored him. Check. Lab experiment gone wrong. Check. Gets powers. Check. Gets bullied at school. Check. Parents die in lab explosion. Check. Repressed trauma and unresolved daddy issues. Check. Anyways, the X-Men roll up and Jerkface gets all their powers back. He uses Sykes' pew-pews to blow a hole in the cave and aghast! That's his dad's secret lab, wherein lies a machine that will make Jerkface power permanent. The X-Men enter and Jerkface uses McWheels as a shield. Standing in the machine, he pulls the lever. Electricity flares and crackles. The room catches on fire and explodes just as the X-Men escape. An unconscious Mimic, noticing his wings are gone. You see, Jerkface's dad's final experiment was to make a machine to fix Jerkface's mimic abilities, not to make them permanent. Oh yeah. Look, an okay issue, though nothing special, but it really highlights one of the benefits of the X-Men books. They can introduce new and exciting powers all the time just by making someone a mutant. I like Mimic's power, I like that he was a jerk, but these early books just kind of missed the mark in execution. They just missed something and you always feel like they could have done a lot more with these characters if given more space, or if they didn't try to involve every one of the X-Men in every single scene, or if they just got rid of McWheels for a bit. He needs to let his students blossom and grow, goddammit. Hey, thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this approach, please like and subscribe for more videos. And remember, if you're interested in reading the full story, the easiest way is to sign up to Marvel Unlimited at marvel.com/unlimited. I need to breathe.